Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, today we are book shopping again. I'm all out of books to read. If you watched my previous video, you know that last month, which was February, I read 6 books. So that brought my total for the year to 10 books out of our goal of 50. And then this month of March, I've read 1 book so far, but it's time to go get some new material. So as y'all know, I love using the app Margins because it helps me keep track of which books I've read, how much time I spend reading on average per day. It helps me organize future books that I want to read, and it even suggests books that it thinks I might like based off the books that I've read. So let me read you guys what's on my want to read list. So y'all know I read The Housemaid last month, and I didn't realize it was a series until later. So first on the list is to get the other 2 books in the series, which are The Housemaid's Secret and The Housemaid is Watching, both by Freida McFadden, of course. I also want to get The Teacher by Freida McFadden, and then I want to get The Overnight Guest. Someone on TikTok recommended this to me. That's by Heather Gudenkoff. And then I have The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. Also, how do we like my hair? I've been doing the side part lately and just doing my little braid out. I actually really like it. I'll probably just look around and see what other mystery thriller books catch my eye. But yeah, let's go. I was honestly supposed to get to Barnes & Noble like hours ago, but I was so tired today. I kind of just stayed in bed long. It's now after 4 and I'm gonna have to compete with the rush hour crew. But that's fine. Let's go. Y'all, I'm so happy the weather is finally starting to get warmer. I hate cold weather. I just hate being cold in general. Lately, at least on like the East Coast, we've been having warmer temperatures and we just did daylight savings. So the sun is setting later now. We can start looking forward to golden hour. Honestly, I need to start thinking about like what vacations I want to do this year because it's already March. One place that is on my list is going to Rio for New Year's. Like lately I've been seeing a lot of TikToks and stuff about like the big party that they throw on New Year's Eve. It's like on the beach and everybody wears white and like there are a bunch of vendors and everything. It just looks so much fun. And then there are like fireworks and people are in the water. Yeah, that's definitely on my list. Me and my boyfriend also want to go to Roatan, Honduras because it has really, really pretty water. I just know I need to finalize these trips. I can't believe I actually secured a parking spot. One thing I hate about this location is that there's never any parking. You always have to kind of like park in the back. Can y'all see me? The sun is definitely behind me right now. But we're here, secured a good parking spot. So let's go get our books. So I got the other 2 Housemaid books, but I cannot find The Teacher. So like I literally see all the Freida McFadden books here except for The Teacher. So we might have to ask for help. This one seems really interesting even though it's pretty thick. But I think I'm gonna get it. I'm single-handedly keeping Barnes & Noble in business because I just did some damage. I got like 7 books. So we should be good until like the end of April. So The Teacher by Freida McFadden was actually on one of those like display tables, which is why I couldn't find it. So the lady had to help me find it. But we got everything on our list. But now we're about to head home and we can do a quick overview, a quick haul of everything we got. Alright guys, we're back. It's a little later now. I am so obsessed with my hair, y'all. I know this video is not a hair video, but can we just take a moment and appreciate a successful braid out? All right, enough about hair. Let's go through the books that we picked up. So first, y'all know I got the remaining of the Housemaid books. Housemaid is Watching and The Housemaid's Secret. I'm actually going to read these two next. I think The Housemaid's Secret is number 2. There's also a mini, like when I was researching, there's also a mini story, a short story that she wrote called, that's related to like the Housemaid series. And like she wrote it to give readers something to read while she was working on book number 3, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not gonna read that. I'm just gonna read these. I mean, I might read it. We'll see. Since it's just a short story, I can just quickly read it. So yeah, these are up next. I actually have no idea what they're about. These 2 books, I never bothered even reading like the synopsis or anything because it's part of the series. So I feel like I already have a pretty good idea of like what it's gonna be about. I'm gonna just read the books and we'll go from there. Okay, the next book that we got that was on my list is The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. It doesn't have like the overview on the back, but let me quickly find it. Okay, following a young woman who accepts a nannying position at a state-of-the-art smart house in the Scottish Highlands, only to wind up imprisoned for the death of one of the children in her care. Oh! Yes, 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 yes. Like, how can you not want to read that? Okay, next, I did end up finding The Teacher by Freida McFadden. Like I said, it was sitting on like one of the display tables, and I was looking at all of her books that were on the shelves. Like, I didn't realize she actually has so many books. All of them were there except for The Teacher. This one was just on the display table, so. Quickly read this. Eve has a good life. She gets up each day, gets a kiss from her husband, and heads off to teach math at the local high school. All is as it should be, except last year, Kasem High was rocked by a scandal involving a student-teacher affair with one student, Addie, at its center. But Eve knows there is far more to these ugly rumors than meets the eye. Addie can't be trusted. She lies, she hurts people, she destroys lives. At least that's what everyone says. But nobody knows the real Addie. Nobody knows the secrets that could destroy her if people at the school found out. And when Eve discovers the shocking truth, Addie will do anything to keep her quiet. So this is definitely like more of a thriller, I feel like. But what are the secrets Addie's hiding? That we need to know. Next, I got The Overnight Guest. This also was on my list, as y'all saw earlier. Someone had recommended it on one of my TikToks. True crime writer Wiley Lark doesn't mind being snowed in at the isolated farmhouse where she's retreated to write her new book. A cozy fire, complete silence. It would be perfect if not for the fact that decades earlier, at this very house, 2 people were murdered in cold blood and a girl disappeared without a trace. As the storm worsens, Wiley finds herself trapped inside the house, haunted by the secrets contained within its walls, haunted by secrets of her own. Then she discovers a small child in the snow just outside. After bringing the child inside for warmth and safety, she begins to search for answers. But soon it becomes clear that the farmhouse isn't as isolated as she thought, and someone is willing to do anything to find them. Next, we picked up The Guest List by Lucy Foley. This wasn't on my list. Right? Yeah, this one wasn't on my list. But when I saw it on one of the shows, the back caught my eye. Listen. The bride, the +1, the best man, the wedding planner, the bridesmaid. All have a secret, all have a motive, but only one is a murderer. Good enough for me. Those are the type of stories I like a good whodunit, like who's the killer. I love that. And then y'all, I picked up this book. This is called, what's this called? Safe Cracker. Y'all, this actually is actually kind of big. I don't know if y'all can tell, but this is pretty thick for me. So it's probably gonna take me like a week or so to get through this, unless I just like lock in, because sometimes when I can't put a book down, like I'll sit and read for hours and hours. And also lately I've been reading on the treadmill. It's so I love it. Like, I'll put my headphones on and play white noise, and I'll just walk and read, and I fly through books that way too, so highly recommend doing that. Right, listen, let's read the back. Grantchester Duquesne and his sister Jenny were raised to be thieves by a master thief. Instead of spending their childhood with toys and bikes, it was lockpicks and Glocks. Now Duke is alone, adrift, and out of the life. His dad is serving time, and he doesn't like to think about what happened to Jenny. He spends his days haunting the streets of Los Angeles, busting civilian safes for enough cash to keep him one step ahead of the bookies breathing down his neck. When he's approached by two government agents with an impossible, history-making heist, a mysterious agenda, and an offer that's too good to be true, that old feeling begins to creep in. But does Duke still have what it takes to make it in the cold world he was raised in? A taut, whip-smart debut, this deeply inhabited dive into the criminal netherworld unfurls with surprising heart. I love a good heist story, so anything heist related like always piques my interest. But yeah, these are the next books that we'll be reading. I'm very excited. Like I said, this should get me through April because I'll probably read like two or three before this month is over, and then the rest in April. I'm excited. We're finally like building my library, even though it's just a little bookshelf at the moment. One day I'll have like a nice room in my house, and that'll be like my library. There'll be bookshelves everywhere, and it'll be very extensive. Can't wait. But yeah, comment below if you have any other book recommendations. As y'all know, I'm like a psychological thriller, mystery, suspense kind of girl, so any other book recommendations, please let me know, because we gotta hit our 50 book goal by the end of the year. So once I finish through this stack, we'll be at 18 books read for the year. So still making good progress. But yeah. So cute. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.